Welcome to Simply Simple Life. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I do composting. I live in an apartment, I do not have a balcony, and yet I do composting. So if you are someone who is looking for ideas on how you can also start composting and your space is limited, maybe this post will give you some idea. So let's get started. To start making compost, we need buckets. You will need 2 buckets. Here I have one, a regular bucket that doesn't have any holes, and one in which I have actually drilled holes. So just randomly drill some holes at the sides and at the bottom. Why we do this is to have air circulation, aeration for the compost. It will help the organic matter to decompose faster. There is another technique where you can do an aerobic. Without the air also composting can be done, but this is simpler and easier to do in smaller spaces. So in this bucket you can directly start putting your organic waste, but what I do is I put a layer of soil underneath. This is because when the organic matter decomposes, automatically it will let out some liquids. There will be water coming out, and this is what actually gives that stink, the smell. So if you do not want that, you can put a layer of soil at the bottom so that the soil can absorb this water. But of course, if when you keep on adding more of organic material in it and the water is more, it will leak, and that is the purpose of having another bucket at the bottom. This is for it to catch and the smell will not be out. What you can do is every 2 days you can just take this off and discard the water, but that water you should know that is very rich in nutrients. So if you want, you can water your plants with it. Don't directly throw it into your flower pot, mix it with regular water and then you can water your plant. But if you don't want to deal with that, you can very well discard that water and you will not have any smell. Okay, so what we are going to do is, today I was cleaning my flower pots, my garden, so I have another bucket. This also is another bucket which I use for composting. You can see it also has holes in this. But today I was cleaning out my gardening items, my flower pots. So I have some soil from some of my pots. So I'm going to be throwing in that into this, where I'm going to be starting the compost. So if you're starting afresh, it is okay, just layer it with about this much of soil and it should be good. Even without the soil, it is okay to compost, it will still come out nicely. Okay, I have some plant waste also, all these dried plant material also I will also be putting them inside. For composting, we need 2 items. One is nitrogen, one is carbon. Nitrogen is the kitchen waste, the organic waste, the wet waste that you put in is the nitrogen, and then you need carbon. You need these 2 to make compost. Just the organic material will not decompose on its own and become a compost. So we will have to be adding nitrogen. These dried plant material are nitrogen. But if you do not have these, you can actually use newspapers. Tear them into shreds, shred those, any paper, anything which doesn't have that kind of glossy finish which is plastic. So any regular newspaper, any paper which you're not using, it's a good way to decompose. Some people suggest only dried leaves, but you may not have those many dried leaves if you are living in an apartment and your garden doesn't give you those many dried leaves. So this is a good go-to item. I usually tear these newspapers and put them, and they will become compost in 2 to 3 months. Usually I harvest my compost every 2.5 to 3 months. So let us begin. I will put in soil first. So this is a layer of my garden waste. I consider that my soil to start. So that's there. This is the waste from my kitchen from today's cooking. So I will throw that in. It's not a very pretty sight, but it will give a great compost. So after adding this, you have to add any dried plant or any carbon item you have to add on top. What I will do is I will tear this newspaper into shreds. I'll put that. In this compost you can you can put in the dust that comes from sweeping your floor, from vacuuming, the dust that comes out, right? That also, the hair from your pets, yours, everything can become compost. So you can throw all those in. Those need not go into landfills. You can put all those in. So if you think that your compost is becoming very wet, just add in more of carbon, which is dried leaves, any dead plant material, coconut husk. If you have coconut husk, that can be thrown in. If nothing else, put some newspapers, tear them up and put them in, and it should be fine. To start it off, we actually have to introduce microbes into this. And for microbes, if you already have a compost, this is my compost. I already have compost. So if you have a compost, you can add that in. But if you don't have, not to worry. You just put 2 or 3 teaspoons of tablespoons of curd, yogurt, which has good microbes. You can introduce microbes and the decomposition process will start. So if you have compost, add that in. If you don't have, use yogurt or curd. Mix it in with this, and then on top of it, just add a layer of soil. I know it might seem like a lot of soil to be adding to a compost, but if you are in a smaller space and you do not want the problem of pests, and you do not want the problem of the thing becoming more smelly, and you don't want your neighbors to be complaining, it is better to add in soil on top, so that whatever is happening inside doesn't actually attract attention from the outside. So here I will add in my compost. I will also add in yogurt. Can you just pass me yogurt? So there I have yogurt. Just to show you, I'm just pouring this in. Just pour it in, give it a light stir. Every day keep adding, every day or every other day, just keep adding more of your organic waste. So on top of this, I will just add in the leftover soil and whatever waste from my garden. So that will form the top layer for this. There, it is ready now. I can keep this out in it. I can add my kitchen waste in it for a good 2 to 3 weeks, and after that it will be full. All I have to do is just take the top layer of the soil to the side, add in more of the waste, and give that a good stir, and then push back the soil. And that is all I'll have to keep doing for the next 2 to 3 weeks. By the time this will be full, then I will leave it to the side. I will stick in the other bucket inside and start doing the same process. I will actually be covering this up with a plastic sheet. I will cover this up because I leave it in the corridor. If it rains heavily, this can become very wet and soggy, and that will actually slow down the process of composting for me. So I will cover this. If you have a proper plastic lid, you can put that, and that's it. This is how you start a compost. Now this might look like a lot of soil to be adding, but I do this because I do not want pests. The stirring is quite important, and covering it up is also important with a layer of soil. And you can put something on top of this to cover it. If it is the summer months, it's okay to let it be there, and I'm home. If it starts raining, I will go and cover it, or otherwise I'll just let it be. If I'm going out, I would put a plastic sheet on top of it and keeps it something heavy on top of it so that the plastic doesn't fly off. If you have something with a lid, it is fantastic. I don't have a lid for this, so I'm just making do with what I have in hand. It's worked fine for the past 4 years, so there you have it. I hope this sharing was helpful to you. It clarified some doubts you had, or it gave you some idea of how you can also start composting. And to address some of the concerns, pests, it could be small insects, small black insects. I did not have any in my compost, so I couldn't show that to you. But if you find tiny black insects in your compost bin, it is fine. They are good ones. They help with the process, so just let them be. They will not go anywhere. They will just stay in the bin because that is food for them. They will not go away from their food source. The next is having cockroaches or lizards. These are two different things, roaches and lizards. Lizards are good to be around compost. If that is like eek to you, just know that it is okay to have lizards. They also share the planet with us. They can live in this planet. But for us also it is good because they are predators and they will feed on roaches if roaches appear there, and if there are some other kind of insects there, they will feed on those. So if you're keeping your compost outside in your balcony or in your corridor like I do, there can be lizards. I don't see any lizards in my near my composting area. There used to be one, but it is not there any longer, so I don't know where it went. And if you find roaches, of course you will have to treat the area with cockroach spray so that you don't have that problem. You should not have a roach problem or a lizard problem if you are putting a top layer of soil and a bottom layer of soil also. This can actually slow down the process a little bit, but it's still worth it. If you don't have that top layer soil, it will decompose fast because the aeration is much more there, so it will decompose faster. But I prefer not having the pest problem, and that's the reason I cover it with the soil. It slows it down a tiny bit, but it's worth it. So do give it a shot and let me know if you have any other queries on this. I will be happy to answer. I will see you in another post. Until then, bye-bye.